Alright everyone, Mistfall Hunter released a few days ago and I had enough time to spam the game with a buddy of mine. I tried 3 classes and he went with the other 3 and we both agreed that the mercenary class with the hammer is the most broken for beginners, and we're about to see which talents, skills and gameplay you should go for. Before we dive in, let me tell you briefly about Mistfall Hunter. This game is an extraction ARPG. You loot things against mobs in the wild and try to kill or evade other players. If you manage to escape, you get to keep your stuff for the next game. If you die, you lose it. Now, if you don't have any experience with this type of game, it can be frustrating to lose everything you collected, but don't worry, with the Hammer Boy, you'll be the one creating frustration to other players. The first thing that struck me as oh, okay, that is strong, is that the dash, if you hold L1 on controller or hold right click on PC, has no cooldown. Yup. And it has super armor, meaning that you can't get staggered, which is already quite busted, but on top of that, you can aim pretty precisely with it and circle around enemies or go around obstacles with it. It's not a boring straight line. This makes moving around so easy, and you can even use it to rush and hide behind something to then charge a strong attack and smash your enemy. Because yes, the hammer moveset is packed with solid attacks. Skull Crusher is completely insane. It can one-shot most mobs even with the worst hammer in the game, and it will midlife any player with basic armor, plus smash them on the floor so you can prepare your next move. The only thing you have to do is to wait for the second tick while holding the input, and even then, the waiting time is not that long, and you'll be protected by super armor anyway. Skull Crusher also one-shot the woodling to escape in the first area, so you don't need to run after it. In teamfights, where everything gets really messy, if you manage to get 1 or 2 enemies in your Skull Crusher, it's almost GG well played. This attack has so much value and you can be quite creative with it. If you hear someone going up the tower, for example, you can wait for him. Charge your attack and wait, and if you miss, you can still rush towards him since there's no cooldown. Hiding behind obstacles can also work. By moving your camera around, you can see where the enemies are and if they're coming to you or not. In this clip, I probably gave him a solid jump scare, but yeah, we didn't manage to win this fight, but I did escape alive. Now for the second skill, I believe the best option is Warhammer Sling, but you get it a bit late. Before that I was using Earthshaker, which is a bit similar to Skull Crusher, although it does less damages, but it slows the enemies and have a wider range. If you're running Earthshaker, you should always try to charge it when the enemies are on the ground after being slammed by your Skull Crusher. If you have access to Slingshot, then go for it. It allows you to get that extra damages when players are escaping, and it will slow them down so you can use your dash to get to close range. On top of that, the rock sling upgraded to the max will throw 3 rocks at the enemies, meaning that if you're close, they will get hit by all rocks, dealing very good damages. It's versatile and in my opinion the best option for an all-rounded kit where you have unlimited dash, range options and huge close range damage. For the talents, this is my actual setup. Hammer of Convergence to get super armor while charging, which increases defense and protect you from being staggered. Basically, whatever you're doing with the Hammer Boy, you're always with super armor. Shield Break, solid talent, not as mandatory as the previous one, but increases damage on normal attacks and on shielded enemies. Now, Dynamic Charge and Ironclad Body are super important talents. Dynamic Charge is so good. The fact that you can slightly move is what makes Skull Crusher so good. In a messy team fight, people will underestimate the range of your jump, and the small meteors you gain with Dynamic Charge will make the difference. Ironclad is another super armor. Don't sleep on Skull Crushing Eco though, it's a great talent to get, just not as mandatory as the other 2. And finally, Warhammer Sling Enhancement. Both to get 3 rocks to throw, more chances to slow your opponent, and the charge effect to still get enough range to hit. Side note though, if you really struggle to escape, you can consider getting Swift Exit, which is a great way to predict where to escape. This will improve your pathing and overall exploration abilities. And to finish, some more generic advices to improve your games: always go with a lot of potions and always escape when you're out of it. Take a minute also to take a look at the tavern buffs and always choose the one you have the most of. It's always better to have more of one stat than a little of the stats you wanted. That's it for which character to play as a beginner. I'm working on a bigger video including more general tips for every kind of player, so feel free to follow me to stay up to date. Have a great day everyone, bye!